let's talk about a radically different way of building websites. So I met a guy today uh, at this coffee networking thing that I go to on Wednesday mornings, and he spent $30,000 on a new website. And you know, I just like was in shock. Um, but it inspired me to put this video on, 'cause I never ever spend much money or much time on building a website at first, because I guess my goals are drastically different than others. So uh, this guy that I met today, that's spent the 30,000 bucks on a website, maybe his goals were to shock and awe and I don't know, have like tons and tons of web pages or something. But my goals are very simple and very different, and my goals have always been the same, and that is one, I want to inform the viewer, I want to impress the viewer, and I want to convert them. And when I say convert, I mean, some sort of call to action, whether it be get them to sign up for a free trial, get them to put in their contact information, get them to, I don't know, call me or email me or whatever. So in the internet marketing world, that's referred to as a call to action or CTA. So right now we're looking at one of my websites, texthub.com. Now, right away, it sure it has a clean feel to it, and it looks good, but look what we're asking on this page. We're saying sign up for a free trial. That's the distinct call to action button. That's my goal. That's the whole point of this website. And then I'm informing them. I'm educating everyone that comes and views the website. So, by the way, I just reinstalled a new Windows operating system here, so just ignore this little activate Windows. I haven't had a chance quite yet. But anyway, this is texthub.com. It's very simple. These buttons, learn more, everything will just take you to a free trial basically. But that's it. So if I click a free trial, I still keep it simple. I don't necessarily want an encyclopedia on the person. A lot of these websites, they say, give me your first name and your last name and what state you're from and this and that. That's just a waste of time. You're gonna just frustrate people. They're gonna exit out of the page and they're not gonna sign up. So all I want is their email address and their cell phone number so I can reach out and I can try to figure out a way to help them. So this is my first approach, right? That's step one. But you can never predict the outcome and the future as far as a conversion rate. You don't know if people are going to be, if there's going to be more people clicking this button, if it's green or if it's red or yellow. But what you really want to do is split test. And what a split test is if you have a home page like this, you basically have 2, 3, maybe even 4 versions. And so every user that comes to the website, it flips to the next version. Okay? So every other user, they're getting a different version. And what the split test is doing around the clock is keeping track of how many people do whatever thing you want them to do. So in my case, I want people to sign up for a free trial, and I have split tests happening around the clock. And from time to time, I just look at the results of that split test, and if there's a drastic winner, then I switch over to that as my home page, and then I'll split test like new pages. Okay, so let's go on to some other examples. So this is my blog, and I'm not a blogger. I don't inspire to be a blogger. I'm not a good blogger. And so my goal was to have a place marker for my first and last name, educate people on who I am, hopefully impress them with, a couple insights here or there or whatever. But check it out. There's one call to action. There's one goal. Subscribe now. That's it. There's really no other choices. There's nothing else to do. So again, I'm just informing them, impressing them, and giving them some sort of call to action. Okay? Let's look at another example. So a friend of mine, he really dislikes the look and feel and just the aesthetics of this page. But from my split test, this is a clear winner. I don't know why. Maybe it's the huge, ugly green try now button. Maybe it's just the layout and the video. But I tested this home page against many other pages, and this just converted super high and super well. And so now I would say most of my traffic I have directed to this page. So again, I just want their email and their cell phone number. I don't even know why people ask for their first and last name, because as long as you have their email address, you can get that information anyway. But yeah, I just reach out to people, and I've had a dramatic increase in sales when I ask for both of these, because some don't even get my email, some just ignore it, but it just makes things way more effective when I call them on their cell phone number and I just say, "Hey, I saw you sign up. How can I help you?" It eliminates the whole used car salesman trying to push something on them. Like, if you call and they're doing a free trial, you're just trying to help and serve them. So I know that's not a lot of examples of websites that I've done. It's just a few, but I mean, that's a radically different approach than, some people that I've met. I mean, they're spending tens of thousands on a new website, and they hire a giant team of designers, and they sit around and talk about what color it should be and the branding and the logo and the look and feel and this and that. And it's just like, geez, at the end of the day, they need to just throw something up, something that works, something that's proven, and they need to start split testing immediately. I mean, I would be willing to argue with anyone that this approach is far more superior than, the old school strategy of getting a giant team together and brainstorming about branding and color and this and that, and just like spending $30,000 on one website when really you don't even know what the outcome is going to be. I had no clue that this version was going to outperform other versions of my website. I had absolutely no idea. In fact, I would have bet against it. Um, but yeah, you can see these are simple. They're like long form, like single page websites. Um, it's easy to scroll down. Now, as a disclaimer, there are websites out there that have a huge SEO strategy in mind, right? So a lot of these blogs with tons and tons of posts and tons of articles or whatever. I mean, that's a different ball game. I totally understand that. Um, but for the most part, a lot of businesses out there, a lot of organizations, um, even consultants, we all have the same type of goal. Um, but but yeah, that's my approach, and it's worked incredibly well. It continues to work incredibly well, and it's just radically different than what everyone else is doing out there. So I hope you take some of these tactics for yourself, and I really hope this helps you in some way. These are just my opinions, just from my experience. Um, so good luck, and please feel free to reach out. Thanks a lot.